Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday and a good holiday weekend. Before I get to everything here, I want to make sure Joe Boo Nation sends some thoughts and prayers out to Angela Morrison, Stuart Morrison's mother. I found out this morning, shout out to the mailman who's delivering the news to me, that Angela Morrison is got double pneumonia, and her daughter Christine is actually taking care of her and is asking for prayers because she is very sick. And I hope she has a full recovery, because I am truly rooting for her. And if you can take some time to think about her and put her in your prayers, I know the family would much appreciate it. I definitely would appreciate it. YouTube has been an incredible thing. I guess actually my very first channel was 2012. My daughter, actually, who was doing YouTube and my inspiration for YouTube, got me a channel because I was always doing Facebook. I was doing Facebook with Joe Boo and things, and going places and taking pictures and sharing the experiences that I was lucky enough to have on Facebook. And my daughter helped set me up a YouTube channel. And I posted a couple videos here, and maybe you'd get 30 or 40 views or something. It just wouldn't get any traction until 2016. But since 2016, it's been amazing how so many friendships of mine have come from YouTube. My life would be totally different, would be, God, empty without the people. And Brian, literally, I met Brian through going to Stuart's mom's house to do that work. He volunteered. He drove, half of the way down there for us, spent, the week working. And if it weren't for circumstances in life and YouTube, there's so many people that wouldn't be part of my life, from David Wiley to Clarence, E2, DMV, Law Nation and Vosh Lombardi and stuff. All of this really is a community. I don't know if it's like this for everybody who does YouTube, but truly, it's become really a family. And for me, or for maybe people who come in on this channel outside of it, maybe you don't understand that bond that I have with all you great people, from Miss Jackie to Lola and Gina Thorne and, and Roz. I mean, it's there, and forgive me if I don't name you by name, but when somebody comes in and their whole thing is, I just hate the Cowboys and screw everybody, and just comes in, they don't understand that this is kind of like you're coming into a party, and you're streaking in it. You're doing something stupid, because we are actually like a family. I want love for you to become part of the family and stuff, but understand it's different than any other channel that you'll ever see. So my thoughts are with Angela Morrison. I pray that she gets better. I pray that she gets better. And on to the news this morning. It's hit about 2 hours ago. I ended up spending a lot of time working on the outdoor studio and the yard and everything else yesterday. It kind of overdid it, and I was up till like 2:30 this morning, and I overslept. And of course, what happens? There's news. There's news. And so if we go over here and check out the news, according to Ian Rappaport, 2 hours ago, the Cowboys are working towards a deal for former Eagles star and future Hall of Fame tackle Jason Peters, sources said. After a successful visit this past week, nothing is done, but there's mutual interest in getting done. Peters could land with the Cowboys by Monday. So the Jason Peters watch is on. And for those out there that talk about me making, you did 7 Jason Peters videos. Well, understand here. Listen, as my wife say, listen here. And see, my wife says, listen here, you in trouble. It's like, oh shit, about to get the riot act. Listen here. Cowboys haven't been Eagle-esque and having, a new free agent every week. We got like Anthony Barr. We got Jason Peters. We ended up getting 2 linebackers. One was already been cut, I believe. We don't get this very often. So we like a kid in the candy store. We got a new little toy to play with. Let me play with my new toy, okay? Let me play with my new toy. Now, Jason Peters is 40 years old. He's an old new toy. But he still has a little bit of tire left on there. I know some of the wires are coming through the tread, but, we can still get to the beach with him. We can still get to the beach, okay? I guarantee you, all right? And I would say, for those out there like, here we go, typical Cowboys move. Well, you know what? If it is a typical Cowboys move in free agency, if it ends up being a J-Ron curse, I hope that's a typical Cowboys move. If it ends up being Malik Hooker, I hope that's a typical Cowboys move. If it ends up being a Carlos Watkins, hey, I'm all for that. If it ends up being a Dante Fowler, yeah. Quietly, I want you to understand something here with the Cowboys. Yesterday I did, I was talking about my son, Philly 500. Oh my God, Howie Vision does it again. Here we go. We got the perfect back for it. Dude's got 167 yards in his career. And you make him out to be, like Frank Gore when he was 26 years old. But I will say, be it the Cowboys' move, are few and far between, and they're not big splash ones, that they have actually done really, really well with what they've done. And as far as drafting goes, you can't even equate what the Eagles do anywhere close to what the Cowboys have done. The Eagles are giving away second-round draft picks 3 years in. Eagles are giving away wide receivers that they drafted in the first round because they're just not working. The Eagles' highway of draft picks is littered with bust. Cowboys, they're few and far between. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about Jason Peters a bit. Again, it will take some time for Jason Peters to get ramped up for the Cowboys. I don't see them possibly signing him today or tomorrow and him playing on Sunday. I just don't. That's not the Cowboys' way right now. The Cowboys' way right now is ramping a guy up so we don't have the pulled hamstring or, the strained tricep or, the sore shoulder. It's going to take a couple of weeks for him to be ready to play. He will be the swing tackle / guard for the Cowboys. He will be a veteran presence, and in some respect, I actually like having the veteran presence on the team. I like having a guy who's been there and done that on the team because that is passing the torch. In the same way that, woodworking and things, I've got all kinds of skills from woodworking. You guys know. I mean, if it's out of wood in this house, I built it, from my kitchen cabinets to the entertainment center to the lockers here, my desk outside, my bar, everywhere you look, there's stuff I've been building. And I'm taking that knowledge and I'm trying to teach it to my son, Michael. Now, of course, things have changed. The tools have gotten high-techy, the CNC machine and stuff. He doesn't have to do the hand work that I used to do. But taking the knowledge that I have along with his tech skills and converting those together, we are better. We are better with those pieces together than the two of them separate. And that's the thing with the Jason Peters. Jason Peters can be on the sidelines with the guy and say, hey, man, listen, he's trying to set you up with the spin move, okay? He's going bull rush, bull rush, bull rush. Now watch, because he's seen these guys. He's played against those guys. He, in real time, can help your team. So I'm happy about it. Now, of course, there's the doom and gloom on the Cowboys season. I don't think that it's going to be as bad as everybody thinks. I honestly don't. And later I'll do a video and have the data to back it up. I got to do some more research for that before I get it to you. because I want to have the numbers. You know, I'm a numbers guy. I don't just like Philly 500, just talk out my ass and come up with shit and say, we're going to be 12-5 and not have any reason why it's going to be. I'm going to give you examples on why the doom and gloom about the Cowboys offense isn't what they make it out to be. All right, so let's go to my man, Rich Eisen. You know, I love the Rich Eisen show, okay? I basically only see it in clips. I need to actually watch the whole show in totality because Rich Eisen, you know, he's always digging on the Cowboys like everybody else, but it's at least a different field. You know, he's got TJ there who is actually a Dallas Cowboy fan, and instead of it being a shouting match and just, you know, trashing the Cowboys, it's actually real conversations, which is kind of like Eagle fans. I'm trying to explain to you the difference of, you're welcome here. I love you guys. I do. I know as soon as you lose, we won't see you, but I love you guys. Just understand reading the room, okay? I'm more like Rich Eisen, having a real conversation as opposed to Undisputed where it's just, skip. Skip. No, see, that's what you guys are looking for, but that's not here. Let's listen to TJ.
Sir, and I know you don't usually, you know, take things and say it with your chest and whatever. You're very low key. You're low key. You're low key. You're low key. But I want the high key. I want the high key. I want the cowboy fan in you that you used to be when you used to clap back at people. Okay, not the you need to be provoked in order to be clapping back.
Why
at people.
Why you want to start something with me?
I want
you know
I
mean?
want the cowboy fan opinion of Jimmy G being re-signed by the San Francisco 49ers as to be the backup. This is the team that won and done you. This is the team that showed up and apparently intimidated the Cowboys in their own house. This is that team that it now has this on their lap, on their plate. You now have the floor, Dallas Cowboy fan, TJ Jefferson. Please.
Okay, if I'm keeping it G real with you as a Cowboys fan,
yes, sir.
I don't care. Like,
here's the deal.
And let me explain to you, as I've always said about being a Cowboy fan. Cowboy fans usually care about our team. We don't care about anyone else's. So that's how I feel. Now, if you're asking me as someone who sits here and works with you guys and has to have an opinion on this, I'll say this. We always hear about the backup quarterback being so, you know, this is a very important position, especially if you've got a good team.
Yes.
So I sit here and I listen to all this, and I know that there's a salary discrepancy and all of that. But the fact of the matter is you're in a better position having them on your team than not having them on your team. So I look at it as the Niners, it's a problem, it's a conundrum, but I'd rather have that type of problem than have no clue who my backup quarterback is. That's just how I feel.
And That's where having him on your team is not to your benefit. Having him on your team as opposed to Seattle is to your benefit. Having him on your team in case Lance gets hurt, so you don't turn things over to Nate Sudfeld and you still have a chance to win the Super Bowl because you've got a guy who's played in the Super Bowl for you and the locker room loves, that's to your benefit. If it's to your benefit long-term for Trey Lance to work out and Jimmy G's there to make him look over his shoulder or make him look less than because Jimmy G comes in and says, hey, everybody, Niner Nation, hey, everybody in the locker room, veterans who have wanted Jimmy G to start. That's how this can look. It looks much easier when the veteran knows what's what. So that's
much
when it's
easier
not
when the veteran knows what's
and that's
what.
where I would think a Cowboy fan would say, well, you know, it's been a while since Dak displaced Romo. We haven't had to deal with this for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But if that's
again,
your approach,
like I said, as a Cowboys fan, that's just as a fan of the Cowboys, not my problem. We got our own issues. As someone who talks about this, that's kind of how I feel. I'd rather have that problem than have a problem where your backup is, you know, Joe Schmo.
Nate Sudfeld.
So, I didn't want to put him down like that. But yeah.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush got cut.
Cooper Rush got cut.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Cowboys, one quarterback on the roster right now. I'm sure that'll change.
That's going to change. It's going to change.
Jimmy G?
At this moment, it's Dak Prescott. And that's
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They cut Cooper Rush? Who are they going to sign?
Probably Cooper Rush.
You know, you're going to sign that kid Streveler that the Jets are going to cut?
Wait a second.
It's an old clip. All right, so you're probably wondering, why the hell did you bring up this old clip? Because the 49ers. Because the 49ers, and this is where I'm going to be breaking it down more later on. If you look at the 49ers, offensively, they weren't a great team. The fact that they beat Aaron Rodgers with Jimmy Garoppolo with 108 yards, but I'm going to go into it more, and I'm going to compare that team to what we have with the Cowboys. And I think I'm going to be giving you a little bit of hope. In fact, I think I'm going to be giving you a lot of hope. Anyway, I've got a lot of stuff to get going this morning. I hope you're having a great holiday weekend. Please don't forget about Angela this morning and putting her in your prayers. And as always, you know how we roll.
Our Coach here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
One hell of a job, and all the thing else I get to